Hello and welcome to this tutorial for the plugin mixer for Samplitude Pro X4 using JAWS for Windows 2020. We'll start by launching the plugin mixer, which is Ctrl-Alt-6.
Plugins mixer track 1T, 1 dialog, plugin latency, black up pointing triangle button to activate, press spacebar.
As you may have heard, when we open the mixer, we land on the up button, and the up button is used for moving plugins up the chain in the signal flow. We'll tab forward to the next control.
Black down pointing triangle button to activate, press spacebar.
Okay, this is the down button for taking plugins down the chain in the signal flow.
Edit button to activate, press spacebar.
The edit button. The edit button is where you enter the parameter or enter the plugin to change its parameters.
List view, not selected again, 1 of 9. To move the items, use the arrow keys.
Okay, here we have the list view. The list view is basically where you have your plugins or where your plugins show. What I'll do, I will arrow down.
Selected.
Okay, when you first arrow down, it says selected and doesn't actually read what the first plugin is. So to find out what's on the top of the list, you have to arrow down.
At 116, 2
and
of
then
9.
arrow back up.
Gain, 1 of 9.
So it's gain. So we have in this list view.
At 116, 2 of 9. C1 Comcast Mono, 3 of 9. Multiband Dynamics, 4 of 9. The SR Stereo, 5 of 9. O/Output 3, 6 of 9. Volume, 7 of 9. Pan, 8 of 9. O/Output Post, 9 of 9. Okay, so those are the plugins and other controls within that list view. Tab again. Bypass all checkbox not checked. To check, press spacebar, Alt+D.
That's fairly self-explanatory.
Save button to activate, press spacebar, Alt+S.
Now the save button is where you can save the plugins you've loaded into this track as a preset. So if it's a sort of configuration you use regularly, rather than loading the plugins in each time, you can just load up the preset.
Load button to activate, press spacebar, Alt+L.
And that's the load button for loading up the presets.
OK button to activate, press spacebar,
Then the
Alt+O.
OK button to cancel the dialog box, or OK the dialog box, I should say. Okay, and then
black up pointing triangle button to activate, press
we're
spacebar.
back to where we started. Now you can move plugins up and down the chain in two ways. We can do it using the up and down buttons. So I'll tab into the list view.
Black down, edit button to list view, O/Output Post, 9 of 9. To move the item, Pan, 8 of 9. Volume, 7 of 9. O/Output 3, 6. The SR Stereo, 5 of 9.
Okay, I'm on the de-esser. If I want to move the de-esser further up the chain, I can tab back.
Edit button, black up pointing triangle button to activate, press spacebar.
Hit the spacebar.
Black edit button to activate. List view, the SR Stereo, 4 of 9. To move the items, use the arrow key. Multiband Dynamics, 5 of 9.
There's the multiband dynamics.
The SR Stereo, 4 of 9.
There's the de-esser stereo. Now I don't particularly really want that there, so I will tab to the down button.
Edit button, black down pointing triangle button to activate, press.
Hit the spacebar.
Edit button to list view, the SR Stereo, 5 of 9. O/Output, the SR Stereo, multiband dynamics, 4 of 9.
There's multiband dynamics.
The SR Stereo, 5 of 9.
There's the de-esser back where it was. Now, Steve scripts allow for a much more immediate way of doing this. So
multiband dynamics, 4 of 9. C1 Comcast Mono, 3 of 9. At 116, C1 Comcast Mono, 3 of 9.
Okay, I would like to move the gate to after the dynamics. So rather than tab back to the down button, I can just hit Control down arrow.
Black down pointing triangle button to activate, press spacebar. List view, C1 Comcast Mono, 4 of 9.
And just to check,
multiband dynamics, 3 of 9.
Multiband dynamics.
C1 Comcast Mono, 4 of 9.
Move the gate down. And conversely,
multiband at 116, 2 of 9.
I want
multiband
to move
dynamics, 3 of 9.
Multiband dynamics above the EQ. I can hit Control up
black up pointing
arrow.
triangle button to activate, press spacebar. List view, multiband dynamics, 2 of 9. To move the items, use the arrow keys.
Let's check.
Not selected. At 116, 3. Multiband dynamics, 2 of 9.
Multiband dynamics.
At 116,
EQ.
3 of 9.
So that's the quicker way of doing it. It makes this dialog box extremely easy to use. Let's just go back and look at the save and load button. Now, just what I will do is go to save. So I'm going to shift tab.
Edit button, black down pointing, black up pointing, OK button to act, load button to act, save button to activate, press spacebar,
So I'm on the
Alt+S.
save button, hit enter.
Enter combo box, save mixer dialog, file name, edit combo, plugin
It's
mixer
asking
V3.
me for a file name. I'm going to cheat here.
Name header, folder view list view, not selected guitar right, T, test2.trk03/02/when, test3.trk05/0.
I've already got one in here called test3, and I'm going to overwrite this.
Name header bar, file name, edit combo, test3.trk to set the value, use enter, Samplitude dialog, the project C program, data magic, Samplitude Pro X4 Suite FX, preset track FX, test3.trk already exists, overwrite button to activate, press spacebar.
Yes.
Arranger.
So that's one way you can do it to save things. And just to show you the load button, well, we've kind of seen it, but we'll have another look.
Mulan, press enter or Alt plus M to toggle. The control was not visible. Auto zoom to track header and please repeat the keys.
Now that's interesting. We've lost focus. So what I need to do is gain focus again by Alt Control 6.
Plugins mixer track 1T1 dialog. OK button to activate, press spacebar.
Okay.
Load button to activate, press spacebar. Alt plus L.
So hit
enter.
enter.
Edit load mixer dialog. File.
So this is a fairly standard dialog box again.
Name header bar. Folder view list view. Not selected guitar right 19/12/2019 950 file folder. 1 of 8. To move the item, use the arrow keys. To edit the selected item, press F2.
The preset shows the presets already in there. So I'll arrow down and see what's there.
Mid-side processing. Vocals 19/12/29. Reset track.trk0. Test2.trk0. Test3.trk05. Test project 2.trk02. Test3.test2.tr. Reset track.trk03/01. Test2.trk03/02/2020.
Test 2. It's going to be very similar, but let's try it.
Enter.
So then tab into the list view.
Black up pointing, black down pointing, try edit button to activate, press spacebar. List 2 list view, multiband dynamics 2 of 9. To move, gain 1 of 9. Multiband dynamics 2, at 116, not selected. Desert stereo 4 of 9. C1 concave mono 5 of 9. So as you can see, or hear, I should say, the order is somewhat different. So this is the plugin mixer dialog box. It's quite a simple box to use, very useful. I use it an awful lot. So I hope this has been instructive and helpful, and thank you very much for listening.